rolling. What's going on?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Nothing much, bro.
Cast.
Yeah, emergency pod had to come in.
Yeah, man. How was Wait, what are you buying tickets for? Are you buying tickets for your game?
No. Yeah, one of my friends is a Pirates fan, so I was getting him. Or I was trying to get him some raised Pirates tickets, but the employee ticket thing wasn't working. So either one, I got fired, or two, I might have got fired. Yeah, I don't know.
Waved. Didn't they even show
Yeah, man, that would have been.
Videos of dudes in the NFL showing up for work. Well,
Yeah.
And they can't like. It's like, why would they not tell you? It's like,
I know, it is wild. Like whenever I think of like not getting told like about being traded, I just think about like the fact that Luka Doncic got traded.
Yeah.
So
literally
insane.
the guy that probably is going to be the face of the NBA in a few years. They just said, bro, like what? I know that I've seen crazy trades, but like, what in the fuck happened?
It's like one of those things. It's like our parents always say, like, I remember where I was during 9/11.
Yeah,
I remember where
not the same at all.
Yeah, it's even worse.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll always remember
Nico
where I was.
Harrison is a fucking terrorist.
Yeah. So, but I thought it was interesting.
Where were you?
I was at a bar with my friends, and Jordan sent me a text, and he goes, "Luka just got traded," and he always trolls.
Yeah,
He always trolls. So I'm like, all right, no. I'm like, yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
And he texts me back, and he goes, "No, dude, literally go look at Sham's Twitter." I don't have Twitter, so I immediately go into my browser, look up Sham's Twitter. First thing I see, Luka Doncic has been traded to the Lakers. I go tap on my friend, who's like a huge NBA fan, and he's like, "Oh my God."
I mean, I don't know. I've never really been on the AD train. Here, hold up. Is this the right way to hold the mic? Or is this way?
Yeah, I think
it
so.
is this
No,
way.
yeah, it's that way, yeah.
Holy shit, 19. This is episode 19, and I still don't know which way the mic is supposed to face. But
Wow.
yeah, I've never been an AD guy, but I genuinely don't get it at all. Like, how could that be a fair at all?
Did you see the report that came out like this week or last week?
Yeah, that he's a fat alcoholic or something. Yeah, it's like I don't care if he's drunk on the court. If he's averaging 30, I don't care. He could be like,
oh man, people are insane. It's funny. I'm going to a like huge sports conference this week in Boston, and last year Nico Harrison was there. I wonder if he's gonna show face this year.
He's not. Yeah, I was shocked that he showed face at that Lakers game.
I know.
Like, what was he? Dude, he's just. I swear that like somebody body swapped with him, and they're like, dude, I'm just gonna fuck shit up and see what happens. Like, this isn't real.
Yeah. That
he
was
just traded Luka Doncic for like.
You saw he was like getting death threats and stuff.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah.
He just fucked. He fucked like 30 million people.
I know.
No, not that many, but how many people live in like Texas? They all just got.
I think it might be the worst. I think it might be the worst thing to happen in Dallas ever.
Yeah. A JFK's head getting blown off. That doesn't matter.
Nah, not close.
What was that huge, the biggest shooting in American history?
Yeah, this might be the worst.
Yeah.
But how have you been, brother?
Ask your average Dallas citizen, would you rather Ariana Grande concert get shot up or trade Luka, and they'd say shoot up every concert for the rest of like forever. We cannot get rid of Luka.
How have you been? Chilling? I like that shirt. Show the people that shirt.
What, Noopy chillin'?
That looks like a nice little thrift find. Where did you get that at?
No, this was a girlfriend purchase because
every
brand for some reason now really likes Snoopy. If you go into the mall, every fucking store has a Snoopy shirt. Which was like, I like Snoopy, but now it's becoming kind of gay. So, because everyone's wearing Snoopy shit, and it's like, you're not a real fucking Peanuts fan, bro. What do they talk like when the adults talk?
I think it is interesting that like so many like clothing brands are like licensing. Like
Yeah.
NASCAR is getting licensed out the wazoo.
Every fucking
And it's just
PacSun in
like,
America
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
stuffed full. And Jordy walks into the store, is like, holy shit. NASCAR? I've never watched a single one of those.
Well, yeah, he
Well,
walked
you
in. We
what?
went to the mall yesterday. We went to the
Yeah.
mall yesterday, him and I, and he walked into Hollister and he said, "Dude, that that
Yeah, yeah.
NASCAR shirt trend gotta stop." He
He
said
was
it
definitely
gotta
on it.
stop. I think I bought him one shirt that had a race car on it, and he might have another one, but I don't know.
Fucking race car.
His daughter got a haircut today, finally. First time in like 4 months.
I know.
She was like super matted, and he said, "Please come with me to the groomer." And I said, "Why?"
He's
And he
taking his
said,
daughter
"Cause
to the groomers?
yeah," and he said, "Cause she's gonna yell at me." And he got yelled at, I guess, but nobody got a haircut, so that's good.
Wait, who's gonna yell at him?
The groomer did, because Nova was so mad.
Oh.
Yeah,
Were they actually pissed?
yeah.
It's like, that's why we're here. It's like showing up to the hospital with a broken leg and they're like, oh, wow, you let it get this bad? And it's like, well, yeah, you're the fucking guy I go to for this.
That is a good analogy. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Smoke gets matted really bad. And when you were asking me, literally, I think today, you asked me when's the last time
Yeah, I
Smoke
did.
got a haircut.
I
And,
did.
and honestly, I was kind of like, well, technically yesterday, because my girlfriend was sitting on the couch, fucking just combing him. She's like, yeah, I've been over this a million times, but she likes him significantly more than me.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's fine, though.
he's significantly less of a pain in the ass to
Yeah.
her. But, you know, that's just life. I keep her in line, and I keep him in line.
That's good. Yeah, Jordy had an idea that we should have an E-date on here. Like, you be the MC, and, like, I'll be, like, the bachelor.
We could do,
And
like, a speed dating.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's, like, a big thing on YouTube, dude. We could definitely just milk this shit and just go into, like, the shittiest content. Well, I mean, we're already on that track, but we could definitely start speed dating. I'd be an MC. I'd fucking love that.
I mean, I think it would even be funnier if, like, I was the MC and you were the bachelor.
That would be funny. That would be really funny.
Because the women would be like, I want to go on a date with you, and then you say,
Well, no, I
I'm
can't. I'm
sorry,
sorry.
I
I'm actually in
can't.
a loving relationship, you whore. Why would you even suggest that? Next. Ooh, big tits. I'm single. No. No.
Oh man, It's funny. I was watching. Like, you remember Aiden Ross did that like during the peak of COVID. You remember
Mm-hmm.
that? All right, so
Mm-hmm.
I threw those like replays on the YouTube this morning when I was like eating breakfast, and Fetty was there, and he was
Yeah.
on the couch, and he had like never really seen him before, but like there would be a chick on the screen, and he'd go, "Wow, wow, wow."
Yeah, dude. Wait, is he from a different country?
Yeah, he's from Italy.
Yeah, they come over here and they just see the ladies over here, not this.
No, he says it's the reverse. He said over there, he said it would be a field day. Like, you wouldn't have like no difficulty getting laid. Like, he said
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
went
because
over
they're
there.
all ugly, fat, hairy.
No, he said it's the opposite actually.
What? They're so hot that they all want to sleep with you? That
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
well, no, the reason why they want to sleep with you and you specifically is because you're
Yeah.
this podcast host,
Well,
and
yeah, I mean the
they
regular,
know,
not
and they
famous guy.
know, and they know. So they're like, oh man, like I need to lay down with him. Like, I need to.
I need to bear
So
his seed as soon as
that,
possible.
yeah, that as well. So
We need
they said
another
they kind of
human.
treat like really all like American men. They kind of look at them like
They fetishize him.
well, they look at them like Genghis Khan. Like, they just like wanna.
That's
Like,
I have been compared to Genghis Khan.
yeah, so like they just kind of want to get bread, like, immediately
Me too, dude.
without any
I love getting
questions.
bread.
So, yeah, I mean, honestly, you might be due for a trip over there.
Yeah, that's how it is in apparently like Japan. If you just go over there and are white. Apparently my cousin did this. He went over and he was a model.
Mm.
I don't know why. My mom told me that, but I don't know what cousin. It's got to be like a second cousin or something. It was definitely not Pat Mahalik. He would have
I
walked
was
over
gonna
here.
say, was it your really white cousin?
No, they would have walked over here and they'd say, "Oh, Patrick son, your head's so square. You must be a model."
Oh man, yeah, it is wild that different countries have different there's different groups of people and
You can
you
go
know.
over into a lot of countries and be like, dude, just a catch for being a tall white guy. Especially you. You go over there, you'd be like a Viking in like Asian countries because you're like a foot taller than the average guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Penis roughly the same size, but
I yeah, I could go to the Congo too. That would be sick.
nah, you might get held back.
Why?
If you go to the Congo, you're not the star. They
Why
got
not?
huge hogs over there.
Alright, it's not all about the hog, man.
Well, I mean, if we're talking ladies,
I could just read them bedtime stories. Read the ladies some bedtime stories.
nah. Wait,
I
are
wonder
people
what
from the? Are they
I don't wonder what language.
Congolese?
I think so. I wonder what language they speak though. 'Cause I think the Congo might be the only one that wasn't colonized. No, that's Ethiopia, I think.
You don't know any of this shit.
Oh, brother, are you kidding me?
You're not a fucking history buff. You're not a worldly guy.
Bro, deadass tried to play me.
What? The Scramble for Africa: White Man's Conquest of the Dark Continent. Crazy book to buy.
What do you mean?
Say, you walking up to the thing with that book and like, oh yeah, I'll take this. We're getting the job done this time.
Imagine. No, man, I
Yeah.
love history.
Do you actually?
Oh yeah.
I do too.
hmm
I just got
Yeah,
into it recently because I've been a kind of
the
just
big political.
Well,
Yeah.
no, not even that. I've just been kind of absorbing Shane Gillis's
Oh
personality
yeah,
for
yeah,
about
yeah,
a year and a half,
yeah.
just like by accident because I listen to the podcast like every day. Um, so it has kind of got me into history. So I listen to some history podcasts, throw on a documentary, suck on a zin, say, say they did what? They did what to who when?
Yeah, nah, history is awesome, dude. I was just reading into the history of Germany.
Ooh, they got a bad one. They did
Dude,
this one bad thing.
they have a really unique history because they're one of the only countries whose language actually predates their country.
How's that possible?
It's possible because the German language is um like the root of it is like uh like the Germanic language, I think, is like what the English language is composed of as well. So it was like already like I guess I'm not familiar with like how really languages work or like how they're created, but in the article I read, the guy basically talked about how like most of the time like there's the majority of countries like basically they will create the language, but like for this case in particular in Germany, like the language actually predated the country.
So the country wasn't officially founded until well after people were speaking a language.
Yeah,
But
and I mean like
wouldn't that kind of be how all of them work though? Because you're talking before you have to be able to talk to be able to go like, this is a country.
I mean I guess
Oh, I wish we could found this country, but none of us can talk yet. We don't have
dude
the
it's so
language.
it's
But
so
I know,
fascinating,
I see what
man.
you're saying, but
It's so fascinating too, and like I don't know if you heard about any of the stuff that happened in Germany recently. I'm sure you did.
uh,
Oh,
recent?
you would geek out about it, dude.
Well, wait, maybe I don't know. What are you talking about?
So Germany just had a election,
Okay.
and their government is like really weird. There's like, you know how we have a two-party system?
Uh-huh.
There's like two main parties over there. It's called the Christian um, Democratic Association. I think it's called the CDA. Then there's the the acronym for the second one is CSA, Christian something A. Those two usually like team up and try and form like the majority amongst all the other parties.
Okay.
But in this specific election, and I kid you not, this is insane. You should read up on it. The second place, like the party that got the second most seats in parliament, is basically um like um
Wait, is it
like
the
it's
almost
an evolution of like
the Nazi
Nazis.
party? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right. I did hear a little bit.
Yeah.
I heard this mentioned that the Nazi
It's called
party,
the AFD
the
is the party.
AFD.
AFD is the party, yeah. Yeah. Um but it's crazy, man. Like I was having conversation with people at work and even Fetty, and like he was just like, dude, like you can't even be like, oh, that's crazy. They should like shut that party down, whatever. Because like that's democracy. Like as crazy as it is, like people voted for that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just like the way people voted for like any U.S. president that ever got in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like you can't
That's the
you
thing.
can't be like
That
nah nah
was.
nah nah nah.
It's funny because that was like I had that thought at one point during the whole Trump shit because I was like, should this guy be able to run for president? Like
Mm-hmm.
he's a convicted felon.
Mm-hmm.
Although he was convicted like pretty late. I mean, he was already I think elected by the time he was convicted, but he was. But it was like, if we really want democracy, then
Yeah.
like we have to
Yeah, I
be
know.
able to like let people vote for the psychos. You just
I
kind of
know
hope
it's
that
insane.
people aren't that
Yeah.
dumb
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
insane.
But I don't think people are like evil for voting for him or anything. I just think that you probably, I don't know, to get into that hole of being like, yeah, Trump fucking rules. You got to be mad at somebody. Like
Yeah.
you have to be something has to be it's like a spiteful thing. You have to
Yeah.
like to really fuck with Trump. You have to kind of hate somebody. Be like, yeah, but those fucking guys.
So
You know,
it's interesting that you say that, and I know this like pod is getting like semi-serious, which is the first time it's happened in a while.
that's fine.
But I think it's kind of important. So I recently just volunteered through church. We like did like some leave cleanup at like this lady's house. She was super nice. But one of the kids that I was working with actually served in the Marines before. He served like around the time. So he told us that his first term he served, Trump was in office.
Okay.
There really wasn't any like conflicts going on in the world.
Yeah.
And then when Biden came in, when he enacted like the Afghanistan like retreat, which I'm completely unfamiliar with. So if you're
Yeah, yeah.
familiar, like please step in.
Well, they just
Um,
they pulled out of Afghanistan, which they have been wanting to do for forever. And apparently, that it was good that he pulled out of Afghanistan, but he basically was just like, "All right, go," So everybody was just kind of like, "What the fuck?" and
so
freaking out. That's what I heard. I don't know.
so that's like kind of how this kid like portrayed it. He basically said like as soon as Biden got into office, he was deployed to Afghanistan to like basically like bring people back, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know about this at all, but apparently there's a documentary on HBO that is about a suicide bomber in Afghanistan that basically like ran onto the tarmac, okay, while they were trying to like get people out of the country and like blew himself up, okay?
Holy fuck.
But the way that this kid tells it, because he was there, which is insane.
Okay, all right.
So he was there. He tells us basically that they got intel, like his group got intel, like 3 or 4 days before this guy was gonna come to the tarmac. Like they knew that a suicide bomber was already coming. They didn't know what
Okay.
he looked like, but they just knew like
They
his
had an
name
idea.
and like everything else. Okay.
Yeah.
They were not like Biden and whoever else. And I'm not trying to get political here because I don't follow politics.
It's
The
fine. It
argument that I'm
doesn't
but
get
the argument that I'm trying to say is like people's opinions form because of like
personal things.
stuff that they go through, right? So this kid is in the Marines. He's in
Yeah.
Afghanistan. his like patrol group or whatever it's called, they're like, hey, like they're calling like literally back to the US. They're like, hey, like we literally like we have info on this guy. We know he's coming. Can we take a shot? Like, can we kill him before he like comes on here? They're like, everybody in Afghanistan that's like trying to call back is like, they're not telling us, like, I can't give you that call because like I don't know. Okay, I don't know. And basically to like sum it up in like short, they never got the okay.
Yeah.
The guy comes, blows up, kills 13 people,
Holy shit.
including this kid who I just met this weekend, his best friend. Okay? So that happens. And then apparently there was like after everybody came back or whatever, Biden got asked a question. It was on a panel with Trump, the kid was saying, where he was like, Biden said something along the lines of like nobody ever died while I was in office. Like I said, not getting political here at all.
Well,
All
yeah,
I'm
that's a
saying is
lie, but
this
yeah,
kid
Biden is
was
lying.
very this kid was very upset at that, and he felt
Yeah.
like he like was serving his country and like ended up like
He
doing
got, yeah, he was
like he
failed by.
got yeah like so. I mean, that was just one. It was really cool to hear from him. Two, I want to watch the documentary
Yeah,
because
we
like
should. We should. We should.
I never, yeah, no, I mean, I'm
Do you know what
definitely
it's
down
called?
to watch it. Nah, but it's on HBO Max, so I'm sure if you look up like suicide bombing documentary HBO Max, you can find it. But he was also just telling us, bro. He said like he was like,
He's like, yeah, and also trans people are pissing me off. So
I mean, he was
no,
just
what else did he say?
like one of the
Oh,
other kids that I
wait,
volunteered
this was
with.
just a kid at a bar.
No, I volunteered for church. He
Oh,
volunteered with
oh,
me.
at the Leaf thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I said at the bar.
I just assumed that's the only other place you go. That's so fucking retarded. Literally at a
um,
church volunteer thing.
so one of the kids was like, oh, like, because obviously, like, not a lot of people go to Afghanistan. So the one kid was asking, like,
Probably a good
what's that?
tell.
Yeah, what's that
Yeah.
like? And this guy was like, well, dude, like, when you're in a third world country like that, you come home. And he said when he came home back from deployment, the thing that he enjoyed the most when he came back was the smell of freshly cut grass. And the reason why he said that was because over there, like, they're accustomed to just like already being so dirty. Like he said that where they kept these people before they put them on the planes, they literally called it a pig pen.
I knew.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because these people were like taking a shit like in the corner of the room
Yeah.
and then like taking showers in the
Yeah.
toilet
Yeah.
because they were using the clean water from the toilet because they knew there were so many people in there. So they would take a shit in the corner and everyone would shower out of the toilet. Like they would like put their head in there, flush it, wash their face, do all this.
Holy shit.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then he just said like it's so dirty and it's just so like and he was like it's so sad because like if like I told you like no 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 today you're not taking a shit in the toilet, you're taking a shit in the corner and then you're gonna shower in the toilet, you'd be like what in the world? But because these people are not phased by it because it's their regular life, he was like it's just like so like normal to them that they just like have no problem like doing it and being like that. But yeah, man, it was wild. It was really wild.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Afghanistan shit was. There's a lot of that I don't understand.
Yeah.
It was there was like a shit ton of propaganda, and I don't really understand the whole thing with like between the correlation between 9/11 and no, that's Iraq. I'm thinking of where did we go? This oh man, this shows I don't know shit. But we went so 9/11 happened, and then we went into Iraq, not Afghanistan, right?
It's
Where
one of
where
the
were the
two.
weapons of mass destruction? Was that
It's one
Afghanistan?
of the. It's one of the three that you mentioned. I don't know either. We should really get buffed up on our
Yeah,
history.
this is bad.
But I
I'm
know the running joke from like people who like just completely trolled Bush because Bush was like a horrible president, apparently. Which more on that in a second, because my coworkers showed me one of the funniest videos of him like ever. But the running joke is we went into the complete wrong country. Or we shouldn't have been there at all.
Well, yeah. That's what it
Okay.
is. We had no business being there. It was a
Okay.
bunch of like retards. I think
Yeah.
it was just a shit ton of oil. And he was like, "They
Mm-hmm.
have fucking bombs. There's nukes. They're gonna kill everyone. We gotta go. We gotta go." And then either 9/11 happened, and he was like, "Fuck yeah, we're going in. Everybody's sold now." Like everybody at first was like, "I don't know," and then they did that, and they were like, "America." Either that. Dude, there's all this shit right now about saying that, like, the Jews did 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, like, I don't understand that at all. I'm not
Bro,
gonna...
I'm so sorry. That they get so much hate. It's insane.
Listen, we don't need to get into, like, Jew talk, because Israel is fucked.
Yeah, I know.
will
the pastor at my church was just there. It's insane.
Yeah, people really like Israel. That shit, they're fucked in the head. Like, there's people, yeah. But either way, I don't think that the Jews did 9/11, and I think that the Jews are getting a hard bargain right now.
Yeah.
Online. Oh my god, they're catching shit because of Netanyahu's a fucking idiot, and he's like,
The prime minister.
Or prime minister, yeah. But yeah, we gotta go into a new country. We gotta get our patriotism back up, and I think that Trump is gonna do that because we're gonna invade Greenland or
So, on
Canada.
this point, because I read an article about this.
Okay. Where are you reading these articles?
I'm reading them from Substack, from reliable sources. I'm not reading them from some Twitter bot.
Can't anybody write something on Substack?
Yeah, they can, but I'm reading like reliable people who like have like actually taken in all the good information.
Yeah, they know what country we invaded like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
unlike us.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, it's so crazy. We don't know any. Like, I listen to all this shit, and I'm like, I retain 2% of it at any given time.
Yeah.
Like, jokes aside, probably like a few names. I try to listen to Hardcore History, this podcast with Dan Carlin. So fucking hard to understand. Like, who the fuck? Oh, Cleopatra, then this guy, then Rex, then fucking SpongeBob shows up, and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to. I was thinking about taking a history class. I just don't have any. I don't need to, so it's kind of like I'm not paying for that.
So, real quick on the whole imperialism thing. So, this article I read talked about basically the implications of Russia in Ukraine.
Okay.
And it talked about how, like, basically, right now, all of Europe is like, what the heck? Like,
what the heck? All right, guys, what the heck?
Why is this still going on 3 years later?
Mm-hmm.
There's countries like Poland who have a horrible history of just getting taken over by other countries.
Yeah, they get fucked, yeah.
In this article, this guy displayed a graph of the countries. On the x-axis, it was, I think percent, or no, it was like, basically what it was displaying was the total GDP that each country basically like put forward to like help Ukraine. Yeah. And Poland is like all the way at the top because they're like, oh fuck no, this ain't happening to us again, bro. Yeah. Hitler took us, Stalin took us. We're not going out sad like this again.
Fucking passed around, yeah.
So, and the U.S. is like middle of the pack. There's some other countries that the guy was arguing like, dude, like you should be, like Germany, I think was one where like they were like, we'll see how it rocks.
Yeah.
But it is crazy because like if that ends up, God forbid, if that ends up like never getting solved and like Russia basically takes over that area, that now gives China the green light to go, all right, Taiwan, you're cooked.
Yeah, you're coming home with me.
And then, like, with Trump, like, I wouldn't put it past him to be like, all right, Canada, square up.
Bro, I'm not going to war.
Like, imperialism might be back. As crazy as that is.
Yeah, we're fucking back. Yeah, I'm good. I don't want Canada. Like,
I don't understand. I just don't understand. Like, that's one thing that I'll just like never understand.
well, dude, these guys are fucking bored. You got to think like dudes like Trump. They're like, well, I already did it. I was like, I'm
Dude,
gonna be the president, and I
they're
won.
bored. They're bored, but there's one outlier who is legitimately insane, and it's Putin. He's nuts, dude.
Yeah, I know, but
He literally said, "Nah, we used to have that land. We're taking it back."
yeah, yeah. That's what fucking Israel's doing the same shit. They're like,
I like it. It's insane, bro. It's
yeah.
insane.
Did you say thank you?
Yeah,
How about a little bit more thanks? Why don't you beg a little more? I was like, holy fuck, man.
Yeah,
Did you
that
say
was a show.
please?
That was just
The
a
dumbest shit. I was like, oh,
that was a
Donald
show.
Trump, and then Zelensky was literally like an actor for years.
Yeah.
I'm like, why the fuck are these
It
people
was a
the only?
legit show. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
a show.
and apparently his political party is named after like the show.
Yeah.
They were like, well,
That's
fuck it,
insane.
we're gonna elect you, literally no matter what. So just fuck it, just go with that. You're now American Idol. You're
Did
in the
you watch
American
the
Idol
entire
party.
thing? Did you
Oh,
watch the
I
entire thing?
couldn't. I couldn't. I couldn't
Okay. How
get
much
through
did you watch? Because you probably watched a lot more than me.
it. No, probably not. How long was the whole thing?
I don't know. I
10
watched like
minutes.
I was gonna say I probably watched like a 20-second clip.
Yeah, no, I probably watched 10 minutes of it.
So what is the consensus around him, Zelensky?
Zelensky.
Yeah.
I think most people think he's kind of like a jerk off, but he's not really in the wrong.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I think the consensus is wildly different depending on which political party you
For
subscribe to
sure.
in the United States.
For
So,
sure.
like, on the left, it's like, no, Zelensky, he's fine. He's literally just coming here because we want to have a good relationship with them. And all we send him billions of dollars, but it's all in just bombs and old equipment that we're not using.
Mm-hmm.
So, pretty much all of it. So when they're like, we gave you $100 billion, it's like, not really. But, yeah, they're just like, yeah, Trump and JD were just bullies, and they're just trying to like be hard asses for the sake of being hard asses. But then on the right, they're like, no, they took an America First approach, like they said they're gonna, and America's all that matters. If that guy, well, honestly, I'm like, to be fair, what the fuck has been happening for 3 years? Can't get this shit
Yeah.
figured out.
I know, it's insane.
Like, how many people died?
Yeah, a lot.
And
You know,
like,
North Korean soldiers are fighting behind Russia, right? Like
dude,
alongside Russia.
oh yeah. Did you hear
Yeah.
they all
The
found
stormtroopers.
porn?
Yeah.
The porn troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Gooners showed up and they found porn. They're like, we will literally fight in this war forever. Like, never send us home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
they
fault.
have-
I cut you off though.
No, you're good. I was just, yeah, that's a way funnier point. It's like, yeah, they got Netflix and porn, and they're like, dude, Russia.
I don't need to
rules.
go back home.
Yeah, I'm not going back.
Isn't it just insane how like communism works?
Communism works.
Like, it's insane, bro.
Yeah. It's also crazy that like we're sitting here doing this shit where like dudes that are our age in other countries are literally like throwing grenades at people right now.
Yeah, like
Like we will protect our homeland. And I'm like, I'm gonna just joke about jerking off on a podcast and then
dude, like what I thought was so crazy was the kid who I was referring to you about, the kid who was in Afghanistan that I volunteered with.
yeah.
He was like he nobody asked him if he had like killed people, but he basically was like, yeah, like
You got a
I
couple
had-
beers in you, and oh, you're not at the bar for the last fucking time. I keep thinking it. You get
He
drunk
was-
at the Leaf pickup, and you're like, dude, have you ever shot a guy?
no, but the way that he said it, he was like, yeah, I had to take a couple of shots, unfortunately. And I was like, dude, like the damage that has to do on your mental, like, it is crazy, dude. That like,
Do you think that all those dudes just say that though?
I don't think so, dude. Because
Yeah,
I was always
I had to gun a couple.
I
Fucking
was
people.
always told like from my dad and from my grandfather because he served briefly like like it is not respectful at all to even like ask somebody.
Oh yeah, you
Uh,
can't. Yeah, you can't
yeah.
ask if you murdered people at war. But I don't know if he was like my uncle or something. Not well, it definitely wasn't my uncle, but he was like either a great uncle or some
Hmm.
somewhat relative. Fuck was his name? It was like Sponge or something. It was something funny. It was like Patty or what was his name, dude? Well, either way, this guy was nuts.
Okay.
He fought in the American Civil War. No, he fought I think
Imagine.
in like World War II or something. I think.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, so there was one time they were fighting. He was in the Navy,
Okay.
I guess, because he was on a ship, and he fuck, dude, I'm trying to remember his name, but whatever. He like they were trying to get drunk on this ship because they haven't had any action in forever. So they took the missiles that were on board that they would shoot off the ship at the boats underwater,
Hmm.
and they filtered the like the rocket fuel through
Okay.
through sliced white bread and then drank it and got fucking hammered. And they're all fucked up, and then like a Japanese ship or whatever fucking
Oh
shows up,
God.
and they're like, all right, fire. And they start shooting them all off, and they're all going and just floating down to the bottom of the ocean because they drank all the shit that's supposed to be shooting them. And they were like,
Bro.
oh, report this to the quality control, like the leader that didn't know. And they're like, oh yeah, we will. And yeah, this is the same guy that they were going somewhere. I don't remember where he was, but there was a camel, and apparently camels stink like shit.
Okay.
This is what I heard. So and this guy got like a not a Purple Heart, but a
Badge of honor or something something
some
like that.
some really really big badge of honor. Like this guy,
Okay.
he would go. I think he went in on D-Day and went
That's
in
insane.
ahead of shit, and he was cutting people's throats with a wire behind him, pulling up. And so yeah. Anyway, there was this camel that stunk like shit that was following him around, and he put a grenade in its mouth and blew its fucking head off. And his like sergeant or whatever, his leader guy was like, "That's the best thing you've ever done." I was like,
Dude,
oh.
you need to watch All Quiet on the Western Front.
I heard that shit. I don't know if I feel like
That is the most insane war movie.
it's not really boring.
Bro,
No, maybe I'm thinking of something else.
it's insane.
All Quiet on the Western Front. What war is that?
World War One.
Damn, dude, I'm loving this war talk.
Dude,
Me
I'm
and
trying
are
to tell
war
you,
hawks.
we might have to mix in some history only pods. Like, I'm a history geek.
Bro,
Like, I geek out over it.
We can pick an event, and both of us
Just
do
literally
our
study
own
it for a
research
week. Yeah, yeah, and then come back and talk about it. That would be
and
tough.
talk like we're experts.
Bro, that
Just
would be
like
tough.
both wear glasses and shit and show up.
Yeah. That would actually be tough. Man,
All right,
maybe
well,
we should do that for
let's
next
pick an
episode.
event. What would be a cool?
All right.
We
So
still got,
World
like,
War
20
II
minutes.
is like too much.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
way too much.
No. It'd have to be like the Battle of Antietam or like Naruto versus Pain. You don't even know what that is.
I'm trying to think. Like, if we want to go really really niche, what could we do
All right,
to
well
talk about
let's
next
pick
time? Should we do it like this? Should we pick a continent or a country, and then just pick like a historical? Wait, we should spin a wheel.
That's what I was gonna say. I was just gonna
All
say.
right, share your screen.
All
Share
right,
your
all
screen.
How?
Share your screen. Hit share on the thing right here.
Wait, hold on. I gotta close out of the blacked. I don't want people to see my login information. Imagine. Whoa! All right.
Now go to yep. And just go. I think it's called like spin. Nah, that's insane. Is that yours? Did you customize that?
No. Sammy had my computer for like a year in his room, and I came back in the first time. He said, "Dude, you gotta see this shit. This is so sick." I
Right,
was
you
like,
know who that is, right?
is that Toothless?
Yeah.
Okay, I honestly didn't even realize that till now. Hold up.
Cookie's blue vape change settings. That's insane. What to do beating Atom Insurgents?
It's that Pokemon game I was playing. This is
Nah,
not
that's
that bad.
insane.
Um, yeah, Michaela's vape was broken, and I was trying to get it to fix, so she didn't buy another one, but I couldn't get it to work. Either way, what am I looking up?
Just do like wheel spin something. Yeah, world spinner or something. Yeah, wheel of names. There it is. All right, so we'll pick six because we don't want this to go too long. So we'll all pick a country. Okay. He was about to write FAGGOT.
No, dude, I don't even think that word. USA, Africa.
All right, well that's a whole continent, bud. But okay.
Okay, no, it's not. Africa.
If you want to do a country in Africa, the coolest one to do in Africa is probably going to be Ethiopia. Just because they were the only one to not get colonized.
Yeah, they're the only goats left. Everyone else got folded up. Anyway.
All right, I'm thinking about one. Let's. I want to. I want to.
Italy. I don't care about Italy.
I want to learn more about.
Dude, let's get studious.
I want to learn more about France. If that one wins, we're picking like the Napoleonic Wars or something.
China.
All right, China, virus, France, Ethiopia, USA. We need two more.
We could do.
All right, should we cover South America? I'm looking right now. We have 4 of the 7 continents.
Yeah, sure. Pick one.
We have Asia, we have Europe, we have Africa, we have North America. So we need South America.
Chile. No, I don't know. That's bullshit.
Brazil's. I was gonna say Brazil's the only country in that continent that speaks a different language. That's kind of interesting. Hashtag colonism.
Hashtag
Colonialism.
Colonialism. And we'll do the last one. Let's do Ireland.
Ooh. All right. Here we go.
All right, click to spin. Ireland. Whoa. Oh,
all right,
shit.
that one's out.
Wait, that's out?
Yeah, that's how it works. That one's out, so remove that one. All right.
Why would we spin this 6 times to see...
Because you build up the dopamine rush. No!
France, Fox, get them out.
I'm gonna be so sick if we get China virus. What are we gonna pick if we pick China virus? Should we read more about the Wuhan lab?
No, we can't get banned off YouTube.
All right, China virus gone. Good stuff.
Ooh.
Dude, it might end up being USA, and that would be the most anticlimactic thing of all time.
Oh, nope.
No. Ethiopia's gone, bro.
The babes are gone. Now it's just the shittiest options. Please, actually, I genuinely hope it is the USA. I'm not doing Brazil.
It's literally Brazilian butt lifts versus USA. Oh my God, we're reading into the history of Brazil, bro.
Bro, I don't give a fuck.
I'm looking up. I just spun it.
All right, how about this? All right. So we have to get into the history of Brazil. I'm gonna stop sharing. So
for next episode, that's what we got to talk about. We got to talk about that.
We did this in the most brain dead way. First
what
of all,
do you mean?
Because what has ever happened there?
Well, that's what we're gonna find out. That's the whole point, man. I know one thing. I know the Portuguese came in, said, "This stars, y'all stink. Move out of the way.
Stop shitting in the corner. Shit goes in the toilet."
Then they said, "All right, y'all got our language now. Keep holding it down. We're just gonna go back across this ocean. We'll see y'all. Probably never. Maybe in the World Cup final, but that's it. See you later.
We're gonna see you guys throwing some fucking headers. And if you're not speaking our language,
So
we're coming
interesting thing that maybe I might look into. I want to understand why all the World Cup players on Brazil usually only go by one name, but they actually have like 5 names.
Wait, they go by the same
They
name?
go by one name, just one name. Neymar, Ronaldinho. There's like a history
isn't
of players.
it just kind of like when people say like LeBron or like Kobe?
No,
It's not.
it's not. Mm-mm.
But it's Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. And
No, I know, but these guys just go by one name.
it's the same thing. They have a full name.
No, they don't. I don't think they do, bro.
I just told you what it is. Who,
I
Neymar?
just Why are the Brazilian football players only referred to by one name rather than their full name? And they
it's
say
convenient.
no, because I mean, yeah, you're right. Because if you Google any Brazilian player, you get names like this: Neymar da Silva Santos Jr., Rivaldi,
Neymar dos Santos!
Ronaldo Luis Nazario de Lima. So they have like 5 names. So that's why they only go by one.
Yeah, they make up bullshit.
Okay.
And,
Fair enough.
yeah, no, that makes sense.
They always got such cool names, though. Like Neymar, dog. That's such a sick name.
I know. I've always thought like LeBron is like the best name. Like it's perfect.
Yeah.
LeBron,
Yeah.
Kobe.
This girl at church, a girl at church's name was Montique. That was pretty cool.
Montique.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
What was she?
I don't know what race she was, but she's super nice. Trying to think of other names. Oh, I met 2 guys this weekend named Buck and Dyson.
Fucking Dyson.
Yeah, guess what they were doing? Guess how I met? Guess how I met them?
Drinking.
They were drinking.
Fucking Dyson were drinking.
They were drinking. But guess
what else does a guy named Buck do?
So guess what else they were doing? They were drinking. 100% nailed that one on the head.
They was drinking. They was smoking.
No.
Driving.
No, but probably that probably happened
Probably
after.
later. Yeah. What else were they getting a little bump?
They were getting a little grill on at the pool. Buck and Dyson grilling at the
that
pool.
makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I should have thought of that. These are the most American guys ever.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, names are really interesting, dude. It's like always funny to think like how someone got their name. You know?
Yeah, dude. I always laughed about. Remember Moose?
Yeah.
From RMU.
Yeah.
The kid.
Like, how did you get your name? Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah.
Didn't he catch a DUI when he was like 16?
I don't know. That kid was interesting. I remember seeing him for like a semester, and then I remember saying, "Where's Moose?" And everybody just said, "I don't know where he went."
I swore that we met him when I came back one time for a trip when you guys were living in that like group home.
Maybe.
And he was like, no, he didn't catch a DUI, but he caught like an underage, and the only way to get it dropped, he was saying, I think this is the same guy. That was like, yeah, I had to get it dropped. I had to go to AA classes and or AA meetings and shit, and he hid like a bong in the woods that we all had to go search for.
Because he was Matty P's friend, right? That's how we got introduced to him. He definitely was.
I met him later on, and he was going. Guess what school he was going to? Do you know? He got into after RMU for vet
Westchester or something.
No,
Where?
Cornell.
Yeah, it's insane. He was a pretty smart kid, yeah, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I just met this kid named Moose that was like, yeah, dude, I caught a fucking underage, and now I'm just gonna go to Ivy League.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny though, dude.
Way to turn it around.
I was talking to my coworkers on Friday about just like what like your family always says like, oh yeah, like we would have named you like X or whatever it is. I think my only other option was Jacob, which isn't horrible, but
no, that wouldn't have changed anything.
My one coworker, his name is Matthew. Okay, so his real name is Matthew. Yeah. But I think the name he said was what was it, dude? It was something crazy. Vizio.
Stop.
Yeah.
Like the TV?
Yeah.
I've got a Vizio sitting fucking 3 feet away from me.
I was like, what?
She just got done watching a fucking great movie and was like, you know what? This name just came to me.
Yeah.
Your name will be Samsung.
The one of the kids I volunteered with is having a nephew. Like, probably already has a nephew because he was like, yeah, 24 hours away. Any advice? And I was like, yeah, you should just pick him up and shake him real hard and just.
Any advice?
Yeah, he was asking me for advice, and I said, yeah, just pick him up and shake him.
Yeah, shake him to death.
No, but I was like, listen, man, I can't give you any advice. I was like, what's the little fella's name gonna be though? Sick name, ready? Double N, okay? Those are his initials. Nile, Nile, like the river.
Nile.
Last name, Navarro. I said, yeah, that's tough.
Nile Navarro.
That's tough.
You know, we watched the fucking, what's it called? Golden Court or something last night. You ever see that?
Okay.
It just came out on Netflix about the Olympics.
Nope.
It was about the USA winning this last Olympics.
Okay.
I forced my girlfriend to watch it last night.
Okay.
And it's funny because Steve Kerr's obviously in it a lot because he's coaching them.
Yep.
And you know he named his son Nick?
Yeah.
Like a genius. Nobody pulled him to the side and was like, I know this is dumb, but you can't name.
So, I have a friend at work, okay? He does payroll. So he knows everybody's social, he knows how much everybody makes, whatever.
Okay.
He teams messaged me on Friday.
Yeah.
He goes, Jared, you will not believe this absolute disaster class of a name that just entered into our system.
Yeah.
I say, what? He goes, first name Richard.
Yeah.
Which is commonly, as a nickname, what is that?
Rich.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, Dick, yeah.
Last name, ready?
Balls.
No, even worse. And I swear this isn't a lie.
Okay.
Richard Ryder. The second.
No. No. So nice I had to do it twice.
The second.
Dick Ryder.
Dick Ryder for 3. Bang! Imagine.
Holy shit.
Talk about a disaster class of a name. Oh my god.
Dude, I always wonder how people end up being like, have a shitty name and they're like the fourth. And it's like, some guy suffered his whole life and was like, I'm not, it can't just be me. No, he's like, nah, this name is tough. This name is tough.
It's like the cheese touch, bro.
He said, nah, fuck you guys. This name is tough. My son will also be Dick Ryder. Dude, that's funny as shit.
Yeah, hilarious. I was cracking up. I swear it's real.
What's his
so
social?
Insane. I don't know. I wish I knew.
Rich Ryder better be making some bread.
Rich Ryder, yeah, dude. I mean,
that name's tough. Rich Ryder's tough. You just cannot let them think about Dick.
Oh man.
Dude, Rich Ryder. Rich Ryder is sick. I'm a Rich Ryder. I'm a Dick Ryder.
Oh man, dude.
Dude, that's so funny.
I know, dude. It's insane, bro.
The second is also, that makes it so much better.
I know. Oh man.
Richard Ryder.
I don't think I would ever want to name my kid my same name.
Jelly Jr.
Like, I kind of think that's like, don't you think about that when people are like the second, the third? You're like, damn, bro, you were really selfish. Yeah, like you were really selfish.
Oh yeah, like, my name rules. I love. It's like, I get once you're like the second or the third, I understand being like, well, fuck, I can't fuck this up.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever you're naming the second, it's always like, you like your name that fucking much.
And even like back in like when we were talking about history earlier, like the kings. Didn't matter who you were. You were in France, you were a king, you're Henry. Don't matter.
King Dick Ryder, the 27th, just killed Louis the Fourth.
Like, it doesn't matter, bro. That's insane, though.
Dick Ryder!
That's insane, bro.
Yeah, I don't understand being like, what should we name our son? Dude, you can pick anything. He's like...
Well, also, like, it'll be interesting, because, like, we've never lived it, obviously. But, like, it'll be interesting to, like, see the dynamic of, like, one, like, how a couple comes to a name, and then two, like how often it changes, right? Because
But
like,
like before they're born or
yeah, yeah,
after?
yeah. Before, after, imagine.
Well, no, I thought I thought maybe
Just
you know how
calling it a
people
different name
pick
every
up
day.
nicknames. Yeah, it's like a
Yeah, well, that's
dog.
true. Yeah, nicknames is a whole nother story. It's like, where did that originate from? That's what my coworkers were asking me too. They're like, "What's your nickname?" I'm like, "Jelly." How'd you get that?
I
And I'm
came up
like,
with
I
that.
don't know. Yeah, well, I was like,
I did for your Instagram for your
okay,
we needed a Finsta, and I was like, dude, I don't know why, but yeah, I was like
yeah,
Jelly J7.
yeah.
I'll
So
never yeah yeah, that's the nickname shit is funny. It's like, oh yeah, my name's Mr. Ryder. Do you ever have any nicknames? He's like, yeah, they called me Cock in high school.
oh man, dude.
Dude, Richard Ryder is so funny. I
So
can't
it's
get
such
over
an
that. I
insane name,
can't get
dude,
over
man. It's
that.
such an insane
The
name, man.
second.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I come from a long line of Dick Riders. Uh,
yeah.
Richard Ryder. Is it
Yeah.
Ryder?
I don't know. I'll get the spelling for you this week. I'll get it because I
Is
need to see it.
yeah, that's nuts. Because
Yeah, I
there's no
know.
way, like, when the guy's. He's like. There's no way he's gone his entire life without someone pointing this shit out to him.
Yeah, I know. I mean, come on.
Like, he must have been harassed endlessly as a child, and he's like, I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do this to my kid. I'm gonna, like,
Yeah.
abuse him before I meet him.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man.
It is. What's your granddad's name?
Henry. Henry Leeds.
Henry Leeds.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. That's tough. Where's that from?
My dad's and then all his sons, so my dad and his two brothers, all have
Yeah.
the same middle name. Alan.
Why? They're just
I
big
don't know.
Woody Allen guys or something?
Yeah, I don't know. And then I met a kid. There's a kid in my church group,
Yeah.
and he's so funny. His name is Kobe. Okay,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
Kobe.
White Kobe?
White Kobe. White
Dude, I
Kobe.
swear I only meet white Kobe's.
Okay, but here's the funniest part. So we introduce ourselves. Super funny guy, and he goes, "Hi, I'm Kobe." And for a lot of you that are wondering, like, you're probably wondering, like, why am I named Kobe? Well, my dad had me at like 17, so my first name is Kobe, and my middle name is Allen for Kobe Bryant and Allen Iverson. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, that's actually so funny.
Yeah, I mean, dude, but think about it though. If I had a kid at 17, I'd have been like,
Oh
man,
yeah, yeah. It's
his
like the
name is
decision making
Derek
just isn't
Rose.
there, bro.
His name is Derek Rose.
I mean, not to say that Kobe is like a bad name at all. Like, I actually like the name Kobe a lot.
No, but the thought process is
And it's
hilarious.
so funny too, because I was just like cracking up, bro. I was like, bro, that's actually so funny. And for like him to say it too was even funnier, because it's just like, oh man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I mean, I would have named my kid like Derek Rose, Mango, Jewel Pod Wilson. Like, yeah.
oh man.
You can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like names are really interesting because like I don't know, like I'm just too much of an initial guy. Like my dad on everything he owned, he always wrote his initials. So like he kind of taught me growing up, like if you have a water bottle and you leave it out and it's half empty, like write your initials on it so we know who it is.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun till they had my sister. She's JR. I'm JR. It's like, all right,
Holy
what are we
shit,
doing?
JRE.
What are we doing here?
The Jared Romano experience.
But I always liked JR. Like I thought J and R kind of went together as letters. R and R for Richard Ryder. Yeah, they look cool as shit on a piece of paper. Until somebody looks at your full name and they're like, nah. Dick
No,
Ryder?
Is Dick Ryder here this morning? Present.
But yeah, so I think like my last initial is R, unless some woman comes into my life and is like, nah, you need to change that.
Yeah, you should take her. You should take a lady's last name. That's cool.
All right, so let's break this down. What would a woman's last name have to be for you to take it?
Nothing. There's no. Unless her name was like LeBron goated money guy. I'd be like, all right, let's stick to that one. But otherwise, dude, there's no way I'm taking a lady's last name, which I get is like Ellis. I don't know if I should even say this, but he took his kiddo.
Yeah, I
Took
know.
took the wife's last name,
Yeah.
and it does sound better. Like I
So
totally,
much better.
And
so much better.
I was very woke at the time, and I was like, my dad was pissed
Mm-hmm.
because he's a fucking 67. He's not. With
Well,
that
bro,
shit.
nobody's carrying his namesake. At least in that generation.
And Ellis is the third, bro.
Yeah,
And
bro.
he not only said
I'd be pissed too.
he said not doing Ellis, lady last name, and I was like, I don't know. It just seems confusing because everyone's gonna be like, oh, so you're like what is a stepdad? It's
Brother,
like,
I'm not gonna
no.
lie. Those eyes are turned on you now for that namesake. Are you coming through?
With what?
Ellis Wilson.
That wouldn't be. I can't continue it.
Yeah, you can.
If my brother's name is Ellis and I name my kid Ellis, I can't. It's not the fourth. It has to be Ellis's son.
Oh, actually?
Yes. What? I can't name my kid Ellis the fourth. Who's the third? Is just some other guy?
True.
Yeah, it has to be. The dad names the son.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And
that's wild.
Yeah, I just always was like I and I'm not hating on my brother for that. Like it does not matter at all. It does sound better, legitimately, like which is why. But as I've become an egotistical piece of shit, I'm like, no, lady, everything is mine unless the kid sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
I'm gonna be adopting at some point 2 kids, and they gotta earn this last name. Otherwise, staying with broke last names. You gotta earn the Wilson legend. Maybe Adrian just hasn't earned it yet. Oh shit. Adrian Peterson, the football player, has whatever. They're not still watching an hour in.
Yeah, no crap.
Here's his address. Get him, pedophiles.
No. Watch out, man. You might cheese snip you.
Yeah. Cheese snip me. You mean Swiss cheese?
Swiss cheese.
I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Oh, man.
Right,
so we gotta get spunked up on Brazilian history. Wow.
Yeah, we got fucked by that. There's nothing I wanted to do less than Brazilian junk.
I think I'll take
the history of the BBL.
You could do that. You could actually study that, and I'll take the lead on the Amazon rainforest. Because that'll be interesting.
Like what?
No,
we need to pick a. Are we doing like wars? Or just
we could
events?
do wars. We could do events.
Wars would be funny.
Okay. This country may have never had a war. Brazilian War of Independence. We could do that.
Yeah, I bet people don't know shit about that. I didn't even know it happened until right now.
Dude, World War II is so insane because legitimately everybody was in it. Yeah, they fought Portugal in 1822 for their independence.
I think I do kind of remember the Brazilian War of Independence because I think
we should do that.
After the outbreak of the liberal revolution in like 1820, which forced I think King John VI or something to return to Portugal in 1821. After more than a decade in Rio de Janeiro, tensions between local Brazilian elites and Portuguese Cortes arose. In Brazil, John VI had his meat chopped off, and he became the first trans president.
Nice.
And then they had a war over that.
All right. Well, is that what we're doing then?
I guess so. I was just reading the wiki.
Bet. War of Independence for Brazil. Interesting, dude. That'll be interesting.
Well, the thing that I was worried about is there any documentaries? Because I'd like to avoid reading as much as possible.
Oh, there's got to be. Or YouTube videos. There has to be. 100%.
Maybe that's how we get this shit to blow up. Because right now we're sitting... Dude, the YouTube is dog shit. We're sitting at like 30 views an app.
I don't give a fuck.
I know, I don't give a shit either. I just don't. I need to like. So I was very depressed for like a week and a half. I was just thinking about life and like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm not doing anything well. But I've had a renaissance. This is how my life goes. I have 2 weeks of hell, and then 2 weeks of shit starting to get better, and then I go, you know, I am gay, and I am actually not smart. 2 weeks later, I'm like, oh, I'm back. Yeah, we'll look into the Brazilian War of Independence.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out. Will that be the next podcast or?
Yeah, for sure. We could try and get that by like midweek maybe.
All right. Well, I'm not even gonna upload this shit tonight because I just uploaded the other one like 2 days ago.
It's fine.
So I'm gonna wait like 3 or 4 days. So
honestly, maybe we just start stashing shit.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. Let's plan for maybe the end of the week.
All right, that's good. Dude, I think there's a potential for this, like, history thing to, like, just be a niche. Like, I feel like you could just, like, push it out on, like, TikTok or wherever you're pushing it. And because it's, like, an actual subject, not just us, like, dicking around, whatever, like, I don't know. People may...
Oh, yeah, I've never heard of the Brazilian War of Independence, and they click it, and I'm like...
Yeah.
You know.
Wikipedia is honestly probably not a bad place to, like, get information that way because they, like, basically form their information on what's called... like the Zettelkasten theory, which is like the relation of time. I swear.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you made that word.
Zettelkasten theory. Yeah. It's made by a German scientist who basically like developed it, but it's a way of basically tying knowledge points together to gain a deeper understanding.
Okay, so yeah, is that where have you ever seen those dudes on YouTube that do the whole thing like you have to maybe it's just one guy that he makes videos. They go go from like Hitler.
Yeah. It's
Bob
just like
Saget.
that. Yeah, it's just like that.
And you have to click through and
it's
get
nuts.
there. It's fucking nuts.
It's nuts. Yeah, it's insane. So insane. It's so cool too. But yeah. All right.
Dude, I am trying to get educational as fuck.
Let's do it, bro. I'm excited.
It's what's happening to us. Like, are we just getting older and we're just like, yeah, you know what? World War II was fucking kind of sick.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I'm not political, but there is a Shane Gillis joke where it says if you start getting into history like early, that's what I call early onset Republican.
Yeah. Early onset Republican or Republican dad. I don't even know.
Yeah. It is funny though, because all the history buffs, you know who they're voting for when those 4 years comes around. They're voting red, baby.
It's funny because a lot of people assume that Shane is right wing.
Yeah.
He's just neither.
Is he just moderate? He just doesn't even care.
He 100%. No, honestly, he probably shits on the left.
I don't know. He probably is a Trump guy, just because I don't know. He just
listen. I've listened to every single episode of this shit, and he literally says like, "Dude, Trump is a moron."
Yeah.
Like he is like 100% inept, but he also thinks it's the funniest shit of all time that Trump is president. Which I'm like, I totally agree.
I wanted to show you this before we got off. So you know how I mentioned something about George Bush?
Yeah.
So when he was president, we were all real young.
Hold on, I think my child is like knocking on the door, and I'm just ignoring her.
All right.
Hello? Oh, my mother is. What's up? She's working till I don't know 9 or 9:30. All right, I'll be down. Are the dogs in bed? All right. Love you. This is the second podcast in a row you've interrupted, Mom. Oh, well, yeah, because I lock it so that people don't walk in. But, alright, I love you. Damn it.
Alright. So, like, I didn't know this. Like, George Bush was president when we were really young. Apparently.
You didn't know that?
Apparently, he was, like, a bigger meme than Trump. As hard as that is to believe.
I can kind of.
This is right after the 9/11 attacks, okay?
Is this the... Yeah, watch this drive.
We must stop the terror. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers.
Now watch this
Now
drive.
watch this drive.
That was a real video, bro.
I know. Yeah, he's not. He's beyond nuts.
Bro, that's insane. Someone said, like, when he became president, like, he didn't really even think he was gonna win. So, like,
So it's
when
like
he
Trump.
won, he was just like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I think Trump was the exact same way.
Oh
Trump was
my
like,
gosh.
what the fuck? Yeah. And then now Elon has become meme. Have you seen that?
Yeah, dude.
I
just read an article
I
on
have
him.
become meme.
I just read an article on him, bro. Bro, I read an article by Nate Silver,
Yeah, I know.
and he's the guy that does 538 now, just does like political modeling. He talked
We
about
talked about this guy.
he talked about like the knowledge that he basically argued like, is Elon like a genius? And he said, yeah, like he's a genius. But in other areas, he's an idiot. He's dumb.
Yeah.
So like he charted like all of Elon's tweets, bro. He never shuts it off. Like he said, Elon Musk's best trait is the fact that he literally never shuts it off. Like he's always on. He just has like such an insane motor that like he's just always like boom, 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 like doing all this stuff.
But he may very well just have a fucking very strong Adderall prescription. I think a lot of these guys are like, tweet. Trust me, I got Twitter famous on Adderall.
Yeah, I mean, you could be right.
Yeah, I mean, a random guy got like 19,000 followers. Imagine if you're on Adderall and you have $200 billion. You can make some moves.
It's kind of crazy because in that article, Nate Silver talked about usually there's like a divide between people that are like super smart, that like are almost like genius level. And the divide is like there's the people on the left side that like are super empathetic and like understand people and like understand how to communicate. And then there's people on the right side that are like super analytical and just like think through every situation like a robot. No, like a robot. Yeah, just like I'm talking about like just
Elon is an autistic guy.
Yeah, sure. He has Asperger's,
which is fine, but he's also like a piece of like a shitty. Yeah, like
it's insane that like
also like I don't know, is he like really truly a genius? Because like
yeah, he is.
But even like Tesla, he didn't make Tesla. He didn't create Tesla. He took the guys to court so that he could call himself the founder and won.
So in the article, it talked about like Nate Silver argued for why he is a genius.
Yeah.
And he said the reason why is because he makes decisions faster than so many people and doesn't wait to like think about
the consequences.
And in business, that like pushing to market immediately is like the best thing. So like that's why he's been the founder of like so much shit, because he's like, oh, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna sue these guys for this because I know it's gonna become this. And it's like, boom.
I don't know. I think you're giving him too much credit. I think he's.
Dude, I don't think you're giving him. Dude, I understand he's a
I'm not even saying like horrible person, but I just think he's literally just a rich guy that is trying to make as much money as possible.
I think you should look
every lucky break ever.
Dude, I don't know. I think you should try and read more into like just like how he like works, bro. Like it's insane.
I'm on Twitter. I see this guy talk all day. He was
like,
literally talking about how,
bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Elon's just he has to give him credit, he has become meme, pretty much.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I am become meme, pretty much. Yeah, there's like living the dream, and then there's living the meme, pretty much. So yeah, I become meme, and the left, they want to illegalize comedy. Me, I have had sex with 27 women and gotten them all pregnant. He just
is a dad of 13 kids.
14 today.
Kids.
14
today.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah. And they're all like 24-year-old decent looking women. Like it's all just like randoms.
Yeah.
And he just impregnates them and they're good.
Yeah, Genghis Khan.
he might be fucking. He has become Genghis Khan.
Yeah, for sure.
I am become Genghis Khan pretty much.
That was a good impression, though, dude. I can't even cap.
I've been seeing. Well, honestly, it's really not that good, but I will work on it because I think it's easy to do, and I've been seeing people do it kind of shittily, and I'm like, I think I can do a better Musk. I can't do Trump that well because some people can do it so well. Like,
can you do Biden?
No, Biden's even harder because.
Try to do Biden real quick.
Fuck, dude, I don't even know. Hey, it's me. No. Come on, guy. Fuck, how does he?
You know Adam Ray, right?
Come on, guys.
You know Adam Ray, right?
Yeah, the guy that does the Dr. Phil?
Yeah, but he also did Biden when Shane did Trump on Kill Tony.
Okay, yeah.
It's like the most viral episode of Kill Tony ever.
Yeah.
Well, you should watch it. It's fucking hilarious.
I've seen some clips of that, of the Kill Tony episode.
So funny, dude.
I've seen him and a couple other people do Biden. I just don't ever really see it.
Who do you think you could do best? Any celebrity? Obama's like apparently pretty easy.
Yeah, I think it's fucking kind of racist.
No, that's more Trump than Obama.
No, because he always Obama always does that thing where he's like, and then I'm gonna shoot a fucking bunch of bombs at poor people in Afghanistan. Peace, hope, and change. And Trump's like, I'm gonna rape her, and they're still gonna vote for me. I'm a rapist. I like raping. And Biden is like, I also like raping. That's what we do.
Oh, man.
Just to keep this shit not political. They're both rapists to me. That's why. No, I don't know.
Trying to think. I don't think I could even do any celebrity impression, dude.
I can't. I'm not good at impressions.
Oh, I could do the Joker, actually. That's probably the one I'm best
Joker.
at. That's probably the one I'm best at. Do the Joker?
Yeah.
All right.
Do the Joker finding out that his tumor is malignant.
I'm trying to think. What one should I do best?
What? Chemo?
I'm trying to think. What one can I do best? Oh, man.
All right. We're running out of fucking steam here.
All right. Yeah, we're out of here.
Yeah, what impression can we do? All right. Well, we will be taking on Brazil in the War of Independence of Brazil. Hopefully, it's fucking sick. They don't talk about it that much, so I assume that they won.
They did win. Spoiler alert, but we're about to find out a lot, so I'm excited.
All right, bro. Well, let's get to work. I am going to check and see if there's any documentaries on the Brazilian War of Independence, and if there's not, I'm going to be pretty upset.
Bet.
I don't think they have any found footage of that because that's 200 years ago. Damn, that's 200 years ago, bro.
Yeah, it's insane.
Brazilian War of Independence. Let's see, documentary.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, sure, brother.
There's several documentaries and films about Brazil's independence, but I don't know where the fuck you could watch any.
All right, well, figure that out, and we'll hit it next epi.
Is that really what we're doing?
EpiPen. Yeah, we have to. We got to stay by that.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of like... Why couldn't we have gotten, like...
Iraq.
Yeah, I don't know, USA.
Dude, Brazil will be interesting, man.
We don't even know shit about the USA.
That's fine.
Why are we starting out in fucking Brazil?
Because that's an important country.
Alright, well, shit. Let's see. We'll get to it. I'm gonna go do a line. And go play with my dog for an hour and a half naked in the front yard at night.
That's fine with me, but you enjoy it.
Yeah. What are you up to?
Nothing much. I'm about to get working on this project again.
Oh, fuck you, man. About to get back to work.
User.
Alright, well, we're clocking out. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys had a fun episode. I know this episode was a little different. We took it a little bit of a different path because nobody's watching anymore. So we're going to try to get smart and try to learn about stuff. And pretty much we have become meme. And I'm gonna but also by next episode my Elon impression is gonna be nice.
Alright.
I'm gonna work on it.
Alright.
Yeah, cause fuck, never mind. All right, well we'll be back and stay good, guys. And
Alright, brother.
Lead us out, Drizzy.
Yep. Song's so good, man.
God, Drizzy. Kendrick sucks. Super Bowl halftime show was DEI. Turn that DEI off.
It's insane, man.
It's killing us inside. All right. Bye-bye.
Alright. See you,
Love you.
family. Love you too.
Okay, good.